Hello, 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 hello. Wait, hello, hello there. Hello there. I'm starting. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Wait, where's that? I heard a noise. I heard a weird noise. Really weird noise. What is this? Oh, that's Steam. I gotta close Steam. I'm need to go here. Stream starting. I gotta ping there. Obviously, to let people know the stream has started. The whole entirety of maybe two people that care. Yeah, sorry. Like downloads took forever yesterday. Like way longer than I thought. And then I got caught up with talking to people and playing games and living life. And I was like, dang. I was like, those downloads took forever, but now it's like crazy late. And it's like, do I go to sleep and have a good stream tomorrow? Or do I kill myself till 3 a.m.? And I'm like, I'm choosing sleep. Sleep is good. I need water. I should have refilled my water before starting. I'm gonna change that later. We'll get water later. I don't need water now. Actually, I need a little bit of water. I've had a little bit of water. All right, so I need to start doodling. That's the thing that for start. And also, hello, Sans, and welcome. I'm doing a doodle stream. I feel bad. I didn't stream yesterday. I wanted to. Downloads took longer than I thought. I was like basically updating my game library and uninstalling stuff and reinstalling stuff and just like making space for other junk. And I was like, ooh. And there's some games where I'm like, I'm not gonna play this today. I'm not gonna play this anytime soon. Like, which game was it? It was Elden Ring. Yeah, Elden Ring. I was like, ooh, Elden Ring could be fun. And it's like all the times I played Elden Ring, never gotten a viewer. I've never gotten like one person that's like, wow, this is fun watching you play Elden Ring. Doodle streams are peak. I like doodle streams. They give me a chance to just like chat and and talk about myself and give people a chance to get to know me versus me screaming in Poppy playtime and crying and clenching my butt cheeks. Yeah, I want that a little bit down. So, I swear, digital art is cheating. Like being able to just move that down like that. Um, I use Krita, but it's different for everyone and it's different for what you use. So there's a bunch of them. And I say definitely look into which art app you want because they all have different stuff. Mine's just very basic. I have a very basic art application. It's very bare bones, but that's how I like it. And maybe in the future I might get like an upgrade or like pay for like the subscription or something. But I don't need that. And I won't need that for a while, hopefully. But it's definitely one of those doodads to where you just want to stop messing up and do a circle. Do a circle. All right. Man, look at that almost perfect circle. This is what art is sometimes. It's about trying to draw a circle, failing, and then trying again. There we go. That looks like a passable circle, right? Yes, definitely. I'm just doing sketchbook style to where I'm just kind of doing it like I would in my sketchbook. I love my sketchbook. I like doing sketchbook doodles more than like doing stuff, and it confused the crap out of everybody. It's like, wow, you're so good. Why do you always work in the sketchbook? Why don't you just get like a piece of paper, get an easel, and start painting? It's like, because the sketchbook doesn't make me commit. The sketchbook is just there for me to just like test ideas, play with it, and it's not gonna be like, wow, I have the excuse of, oh, it's in the sketchbook. It doesn't look as good because it's in the sketchbook. And I enjoy having that excuse. I enjoy having like the low commitment and being able to come back to my sketchbook doodle and being like, wow, I can make this better later. I can make this so great. I can make my sketchbook doodle so fantastical. Oop. There we go. I don't like that little dimple right there. We're just gonna right there. Yes. You know, we just fooling around today. We're just having a good time. This is how I normally operate. It's very, what's the word? Very good, very fun, very me. But I hope you're having a good day so far. You know, I hope everything's going well. I hope everything's not crazy inconvenient. I, on the other hand, am trying to figure out how I want to do stuff in the future again. Because I am reevaluating whether or not to have people on stream again. Not like people, but like possibility of like viewers joining in games. Because I like doing that, but at the same time, I don't have the viewer base to do that. Like, if I had like 50 people watching my streams every time I went live, and it would be a problem. I'd be like, yo, we're doing this today. We're doing this activity. Yo, we got Jackbox with the viewer base, and we're playing trivia for an hour and a half so everyone can be smarter than me and laugh at me, and it's going to be great. Um, you know, it's good to stay busy. It's good to be learning new skills. It's always good. Always good to be learning something new every day. I love that YouTube is just an endless source of just information, nonstop. Non-stop information from the tube. Mm, this may just look wacky, but that's okay. That's how proportion works sometimes. Make this a little bigger. You know, today I thought to myself, hey, maybe we shouldn't go as big or as wacky or out of proportion, but it's like, yo, if I just play it safe and draw stuff I always draw, I'll never improve. I won't improve. And I am just doing a different no one today. One that I like. A one that I always do. Classic. Classic for me, that is. Not on stream, classic. Because I enjoy the fool. I'm a little clown. I'm a little internet clown, and I love clowns. And this was one of the earliest designs. This is like designs I drew as like, God. How long does a human consciousness exist for? It's one of those deals. YouTube is definitely better than Google for internet tutorials, but yeah, I want to make that bigger. I always make this super black, super dark. Go here. So I messed that up. Also, I got to get better at using my pad because I'm still learning how to use my little art pad. It's weird sometimes because I sometimes have ideas and they just don't feel as good sometimes. So if I had the head like this, yeah, that makes sense. It'd be about here-ish. My bad. I was just thinking real quick. This is definitely. I'm also doing a redesign. Um, on the spot here for my little dude, because there's the old design and then there's the new design for my model, and obviously all the no ones. Yes, there's a bunch of them. It'd be so boring if there was just one no one. Uh, it's one of those dreams where I'm like, yo, if I ever get to the point where I start getting like VTuber models and a bunch of just like other crazy junk, I definitely do want other models and junk and things. And this is definitely one of them to where this design is very special to me. It's extremely special to me, actually, thinking about it, because this is like one of those like early, like, what's the words I'm looking for? A lot of time when people come to my channel, they're like, wow, you're just like an Alistair lookalike. It's like, well, we don't always have that look all the time. And there's a kajillion billion different faces to me. And this is just another one of them, which I am doing today. Yes, indeedy. Whoops. That line is not good. Goes up. Steeper like that. Okay, that's the idea. There? No. There? No. I'm trying to get used to like also doing digital art, because a lot of people that do it, they're like, oh, that's the wrong line, undo. To where I'm so used to doing like ink and like actual, like, I don't want to say real art, but like physical medium, like every line counts. I'm so, it's so foreign to me having the ability to just be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna undo that, fix this layer and make it perfect. But yeah, another thing I want to talk about too is the best part of the character of No One From Nowhere is that all the different little faces and costume changes and parts of the personality that makes up me, the No One From Nowhere, the little fool that dances on your screen and dances around in the white bottomless void. Uh, all the little bits of me bleed into each other. And you'd be like, what do you mean, no one? Like, what do you mean they bleed into each other? Well, there's the clown version of me, and then there's the other versions of me, which I'll talk about on another day. because I don't think anyone's really watching, and that's okay. But they all have features that bleed into each other. And, you know, it may be like, wow, this looks like such a fun, happy clown. No, I haven't started adding all the other details yet. He's gonna maybe not look so fun and happy in a little bit. But for now, he looks very fun and happy, doesn't he? I'm gonna do something. I could just have him winking. We could just have him winking. I think a wink would be cute. He looks so goofy. Yeah, he do. I don't like that. Undo. The makeup definitely covers the bottom part of the eyelid, so I have to have it cover that. How do I show with lines that he's winking? With it like that. It looks like I just kind of messed up, doesn't it? What if we made that part gray? Does that look better? No, not really. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to the other eye. But for now, he just looks happy. He's just a goofy little guy. Just like me. Well, he is me. And he's based off how I look in reality, so I just kind of look goofy. Ugh. We'll get the band going across here. Make that a little darker right there. Now, a little big, so we're gonna shrink him. Wrong tool. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. This is the part in my sketchbook where I'm like, dang, I made him too big. Well, time to go to the next page. Nope. You just kind of keep shrinking. But yeah, what I was talking about earlier was my model means a lot to me. And it's not something that I would want redone on a whim, or something I would have redone on a whim. And if I were to have somebody else make it that wasn't me, I would definitely have to trust that person. Like, professionally. Like, if they were like, yeah, I do this all the time for all the other VTubers, and like, I do this like constantly, and it means a lot to me. I would definitely not trust somebody with it. You know, like that one homie who's got like a bunch of sus stuff on his phone. It's like he's like, "Yo, don't touch my phone. Don't look at my phone. Don't even look at it." It's like, "Bro, what did you download on your phone?" And he's like, "Don't ask questions you don't want answers to." It's like, "Okay, I will not ask what you downloaded on your phone, even though I'm pretty sure it is just evil that you downloaded on your phone." Homie do just be downloading everything off the browser, if you know what I mean. Now, right now I'm conflicted because in my brain there's the things my fingers want to do, and there's the things that I'm like, ooh, we have the opportunity for a redesign. I remember every time whenever I do one of these streams and I'm like, yo, redesign possible, there's always a one guy that's like, actually, I'm a graphic designer. If you send me $2,000, I'll do a redesign for you and I'll have it back to you in about a week. And it's like, bro, for your job, if you're a graphic designer and a redesign takes you a week, you should quit your job. Straight up. I'm sorry, you failed. You have failed as a graphic designer to just be able to. If you can't make a sketch within a timely manner of a funny cartoon clown, hang up the pen, bro. Put the pen down. Go fill out a job application for a different line of work. You know, like people who work in like comic books too, it's like if you can't draw fast and quick, um what good are you? Like obviously your art has to look good, but also we got to pump out comic books, people. You know how many panels are on one page? Well, it depends how many panels on one page. But moral of the story is if you can't draw fast and you make cartoons like look at like Dragon Ball Z. Do you think Akira Toriyama or Ichiro Oda, who makes One Piece, can't doodle fast and effectively? Because every week they gotta make like 15 pages of a funny comic that everybody loves, and if they can't draw fast and effectively, then they kind of suck at their job. And it's how I feel for like a lot of people who are like, yo, I'm into graphic design. It's like, all right, cool. Time is definitely a factor. Anyways, sometimes drawing slower is good. There's drawing slower, and then there's being slow. Like this right here, I think is an acceptable pace where stuff's getting done and I'm still talking. To where, and I was watching some other art streams, and apparently not a lot of people can do this. I mean, like, obviously, my quality of art isn't as good as theirs because they're like art streamers. They do nothing but art, and they do it a lot, and they've had many, many years to just like really get their craft down. And there's me, just a goofy guy on the internet doodling. But, I feel like more people should be able to just multitask. More people should be able to just perform better. And I'm not the best, you know? Like, not by far. There's so much more I can see in my drawing to where I'm like, I need improvement. Like, you saw how long it took me to draw this stupid circle up here? It took me so long to draw that. I want to keep that thin. It should not have taken me that long. Do I want neck ruffles? I always used to do the neck ruffles, but I feel like this is the chance for the redesign I was talking about, so I'm going to take this opportunity and not do neck ruffles. I'm gonna do something I always wanted to do. That is fun chance to I mean, like, find the right words. Whoops. I also want to have more elements of, well, no one prime into the Fool. So we got to definitely make that bigger. No. It's weird too. Sometimes I have people over and they're like, why do you have like clowns in your room? And it's like, because I like clowns. I like clowns. I like clowns. I like my little fools. I like my jesters. I have this big jester above my desk and they're like, why is he just sitting there? And I'm like, I like him. I just need to look up like a quick little reference photo of a fun little jester. Yes, yes. Yes, that is the exact information I need. Sometimes you gotta look up reference photos. It's hard without them sometimes. All right. I'm going to delete this. You know, I don't like looking up reference photos midstream, not because I think above reference photos. No, reference photos are absolutely necessary. It's just that I can't just reach at when I look up reference photos, which sounds stupid, but it's like I know the moment I go to look at a reference photo when I'm streaming and doing an art stream, someone's gonna join and be like, "Hi, Nolan. I just dropped in for the first time. I hope you're having a good day." And it was me just like studying this image to improve my artwork, and they're like, "Oh, he hates me." If I would unsubscribe, I would. And it's like, bro, no, bro. I was looking at something. Oh, do I want to do this? I think I want 3 little spikes. 1, 2, 3. How does that look? Does that look weird? Look okay? I mean, like, they're gonna be fabric, so it should be more droopy, and it should be less. So, 1, 2, and we'll take the number down 2. We gotta make the angle bigger. Erase that. And there we go, it's adjusted. It looks better. Sometimes in my brain, when I think of like doodling stuff and I go to doodle, what my hands do is different from what my brain thinks. And I find that really frustrating to me as someone that do art. I'm not going to say I'm an artist. I'm just somebody that do art. Just like how I'm somebody that do stream. Like if somebody in my life was like, "You still doing your streamers?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not a streamer. I am not a streamer." If I had a viewer base, I'd be like, "Yeah, you can say you're a streamer." Even if it's a small viewer base, I'm like, "Yo, you can definitely call yourself a streamer." You know how many people I met and they're like, "Oh, you stream? I stream too. I'm actually a streamer." It's like, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah." It's like, I got a microphone, and they have like all this crazy expensive equipment. I'm like, "Wow, you must have like so much." And it's like, "Nope. I streamed once. I have 14 followers, and um that was 3 years ago." And it's just like, "Oh, so you don't stream. You don't do that thing you told me you do." And they're like, "No, I'm definitely a streamer. I just choose not to stream." It's like, "All right, cool." And I'm NFL quarterback. I just don't feel like showing up to practice or any of the games. My bad. I got a little distracted with making the hat doodle. You know, this was one of the faces that I've drawn like silhouettes of in past doodle streams. Because in my brain, I was like, yo, I want to like build up a lore. I want to like build up a viewer base. I want people to be like, man, what is that thing he keeps doodling that looks like a clown? But you know what? I really just don't care anymore. I don't. Because how do you expect people to care about something that they don't know anything about? And it's not like, oh man, like the most recent example is like the prototype in Poppy Playtime. It's like, well, how come anybody cares about the prototype in Poppy Playtime when they don't know about him? And it's like, well, A, you care about Poppy Playtime, and B, he's very involved with Poppy Playtime, so you clearly care about both those things. Mm. Also, I've been very happy with the prototype's face reveal. I'm not so happy about all the other stuff in Poppy Playtime right now with the lack of information on what the hell the prototype actually is, besides the prototype, which totally sucks, by the way. I wish I got more information on what the prototype was than on, you know, whatever the hell they gave us. But I don't know what that is, Sans. I have no idea what that is. The Lily hair character. What is Lily hair? Are you talking about that one new character in Poppy Playtime? I forget her name. They gave her a name too, and I should know the name because I like watched all the junk yesterday, and I'm like, ooh, that's who that is. That's how Chapter 5 plays out. Because that's like, I'm not gonna have money for Chapter 5, and I'll probably forget it. From now till the time I actually do manage to stream it. No, the name is Lily Hair, but I call her Lily Hair because she loves hair for some reason. Well, Sans, what the hell do you expect me to know? Like, you can't give a character, like, a nickname that doesn't make sense. Like, if you were like, yo, the redhead over there, like, you'd be like, oh, that's the one you're talking about. Or it's like, yo, silly putty guy from chapter 4. If it's like, yo, Tom the cat from chapter 3 of Poppy Playtime, it's like, wow, you know that one. But if you're just like, Lily Hair, bye. It's like, there's one character I know that has hair, but like the lily hair part doesn't make sense. What part did it have lilies? But what was I talking about? I got sidetracked by nicknames that don't make sense. Um, I don't think that's true. As far as I know. Like, I don't think any of the characters in Poppy Playtime, the creators were like, yeah, this one's a bisexual. This toy right here, it likes to suck and fuck with both genitalia. It's like, I don't think that's a thing, unless that's not what bi is, and I've been lied to about what bi is. Ribcage. That. There. Shrink that. That. Like that. There we go. No, but I always find it annoying when, like, and if it's like an official thing, it's like, all right, cool, that's official. I'm all about that. But like, there was always that one time to where it's like, and this is like my earliest memory of just like enjoying Pokemon, and then people being like, yeah, that Pokemon, it's bisexual. And it's like, who determined that? Like, at what point did Nintendo come out and it's like, yeah, that Pokemon's bisexual? And it's just like, it's weird to me. Or like some characters in fiction are just like magically have their sexuality change, and it's like, all right, that's cool, I like that. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the character, all right? And it's like, that's a cool fact to know about a character's or sexuality. But if that's like the main, like one of the main cores of a character, I don't like that character. It's too vague. That's like me making a football player being like, yeah, he likes women a lot. And it's like, yo, that's boring. In like both ways. It's like, yeah, he drives a pickup truck and loves chugging beer on the weekends. That's how I view it, at least. Like, to where it's like, dang, this character's like bi, this character's like homosexual, and it's like, all right, cool. What about their likes, their dislikes? Other things, you know, that makes up a character besides, would they rather, or what they would put on their hear me out cakes. Gosh, I remember that fad. Is that even a fad anymore? Where people were like, yeah, we're making a hear me out cake. I think I need. Hmm. I did hear that one lady with the hair in Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, though, did have multiple personalities, which I was like, ooh, that's cool. I mean, like, they did that before. But it's like, hey, when you're stuck in a toy factory for, like, How many years were they stuck in the toy factory? At least like 10, maybe. What do you eat after? I mean, like, you'd think corpses would decay after 10 years. Right? But anyways, I'm totally messing up this belt that I'm trying to doodle. Also, the torso isn't what I liked, but you know what? The elongated torso is also important. Do it like that. No, undo there. I like that better. Not as well, though. Oh well. Let's just do it like that for now. I'm gonna look up the character's name in Poppy Play because it's bothering me. I've been sitting here, like, thinking about, like, the hair character in Poppy Playtime. I don't know her actual name. I just keep looking over and I see Lily hair character. Poppy Playtime. Chapter 5. Oh, her name is Lily Love Braid. That is her actual name. So you just called her Lily Hair, but her name is actually Lily Hair because... Okay. See, I got confused because you're like, no, no, no. See, you said her name wasn't Lily Hair, which it isn't. It's Lily Love Braid. And her name's Lily Love Braid because her entire concept as a toy was probably being like, wow, it's a doll with long hair and you can braid it. And it's a ton of fun. Um, I do like that Lily Love Braid is a little maniac. I think I find her definitely more appealing than, like, Mommy, though. In, like, Chapter 2 and Catnap. I mean, like, I haven't played those chapters, but what I've seen, I'm like, this is a lot better than, like, some crazed toy sitting in one spot for, like, 50 years and pacing around in circles until the player shows up. And then suddenly this toy is filled with, like, life and, like, well, murder. Do I put something? Probably just put something right there. Like that. Separate those. Probably make a sphere-ish shape. There we go. And if I were to I think about giving him more blocky fingers, which I'm doing right now. Normally I do very like delicate fingers, but I feel like the blocky fingers just work better. For the moment at least. Hmm. Erase that. Where to? Yeah, there'd be way more hands sticking out. I really do like the current thickness that I'm working with the brush. Lines. I still can't believe that character's name is Lily Love Parade, though. Like, I'm thinking about it more, and I'm just like, I feel like that name is so on point, but also so bad, but also so on brand for Poppy Playtime, but also just like so bad. But also so on brand with how bad the naming is. I don't know. I feel like toy brands, when they name stuff, just make bad names. And Poppy Playtime is just really good at picking up on that. I'm trying to like get the nail beds really distinguished. I think once I zoom out, it'll look better. Yeah, it looks a little better. With my humongous hands. No, but I do got big hands. Hmm. Hmm. Nope. All right, yeah. Adjust the belt there. There we go. And we gotta make some belt loops. 1, 2's fine. Followed by pants. Hmm. I feel like no matter how I always draw a clown, I always like misproportionate, but it's like I want to misproportionate, but I never get the right mixture of misproportion, which always sucks. Hmm. I think having one leg out going in would be better than both legs going down. A lot more dynamic like that, I think. I think. Also, I'm just like doing a lot of design just by like on the fly. Hmm. Do I want to? No. But yes. But no. But yes, I do. But I don't. But I do. But I don't. That goes down. Goes like that. Well, that's not the right thickness, so it goes like this, and then it goes like that. And we got a nice looking hat. And then I deleted by accident. Ignore that. Ignore that deletion. Put a line there. I'll make that neutral space black for now. Ugh. You ever just be doodling and you're just like, dang, I just doodled something kind of nice with the hand. And now I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. Talking about not wanting to do junk anymore. I downloaded a bunch of other games yesterday, so I'm thinking about doing Overwatch streams. I think that would be fun. I've enjoyed playing Overwatch. I played some yesterday off stream to see if I'm like, dang, is this even available? And I'm like, honestly, roll queue was huge. And then outside of roll queue, I had a ton of fun. Not even like, no, I had a ton of fun with roll queue. I enjoyed that the games were a little bit slower versus Rivals, to where they're like 100 miles an hour. And I enjoyed playing tank in Overwatch because, you know, I never really liked the alt button in Overwatch, but like after Rivals and their alt economy being like trash, you're like, what do you mean by alt economy? And it's basically means the amount of value people get out of hitting the funny alt button and either healing or damaging or killing is that they get huge value. It charges up really quick, and if everybody on the enemy team does it, it just basically means the game has to keep going and they're gonna win because they have their alts and you don't, especially if they're support alts. But I was playing Overwatch and the supports alted and they didn't just instantly win. And I was like, whoa, I'm like, this is actually kind of fun. Like, a support alted trying to save somebody, and I got the kill anyways because they were like going to die. Which sounds stupid. It's like, yeah, no one, if they were going to die and you blast them in the face with dynamite, they should die. They should have to go back to spawn. And it's like, yeah, but like, Rivals, that's not the case. Add a funny ball there. Add a funny ball there. Make the bells. What I'm gonna do. Do one of these. Yes. Little cartoon bomb. Is it so easy to make a funny little cartoon bomb? Hmm. I'm going with normal hands on this one too. I think we're just gonna stick with the goofy look versus my normal demon jester look. Mm. Mm. Yes, so that should be like that, and this should be like that, and that's that finger. Then this finger should be hands are hard sometimes. All right, hands are hard sometimes. Gotta get the depth just right on them. I know some people like to cheat too, and they're like, "Oh, he's only got 3 fingers. Oh well." I don't believe in that. I believe that's some weak mentality. Add fault all 5 fingers. Don't be a coward. Even though it hard sometimes. Make this small. Take out the negative space. Make ring, the middle, index. Bring back the thumb. Actually, wait, let's undo that. I think that's the proper distance. Yes. I'm not, I don't draw as much as I should. And I can never get the proper distance. Proper proportions are always very important. Now we'll make our glove black. I think I'm going to keep it scribble. I'm really liking the scribble look. Scribble, 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 scribble. Sometimes I would just be like, man, I really want to really make everything super distinct, but right now I just want scribble. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Whoops. Erase that. Erase those. And there we go. We have a decent hand. Hmm. Hmm. I think having one circle up higher. Make it a little oval. Give it a little squash and stretch. Is always nice. Hmm. That looks okay for the moment. And then there should be a second one. A little bigger. A little bigger. We don't have small bombs. I think I want this one to be a little like this. You know. Mm, make that shorter. All right, wait. Undo, undo, undo. Perspective makes that one look shorter. Perspective makes this one look short too. This one straight on so you can see how long it is. And light the fuses a little bit. Give it a few lines. That should be good enough. No, I don't like those lines. We'll add different lines later. Maybe make them blue. Maybe make them look nice. Maybe I'm just bored of drawing. I don't know. This is just the concept. It took me a little longer because of figuring out redesign. I'm gonna give him a better upper eye. There we go. That looks really good, actually. Thank you. A little bit more here. I think going with a thicker black outline just gives him a better look. A much better look. I wonder. Let's give him some color now. First things first. Hands and face. Hmm. That actually kind of looks good. You know, I had a bunch of other doodles that were like this, but I think this one is turning out a lot better than the other doodles, which I do enjoy. It's always nice when you make something and it's kind of just like turning out good. What if I made that? Yeah, it was just being weird for a second. I don't like how that looks. Let me try this. Nope, we'll just keep that white for now. And we'll use our ooh, darker red. How does that look? Looks good. Looks very fine. Very fine indeed. Hmm. It's a little too red, like a blood red. Almost like I don't say it feels like a brown to me, but it looks brown to me. What if we made it a little lighter? That feels better. Doesn't that feel better? I feel like that feels better. I think we make that section red. Ooh. You want to make that section black? Black and reds were the original colors, though. In gold. Hmm. Hmm. That just might be too much, maybe. Mayhaps. Hmm. Mayhaps, mayhaps, mayhaps. Is it weird that I'm like having a lot of fun just kind of jotting down all these shapes more so than the drawing? Hmm. Back to red. And I'll make this side the opposite of the other one. If I make everything black, though, it's gonna look like a silhouette, won't it? You know, I really did think about having striped sleeves, so it'd just be like, boop, 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 doop. You know, just like, it looked like segmented, but I'm like, I didn't want to do that. Also, that's just more work. And I'm not about more work. And also, I like keeping the design simpler. Simpler's better. It was one of those deals to where if I ever blew up and it was like, oh man, you know, when you see other people dress up like other VTubers and it's like, man, I never ever want to make my design overly complex or like sci-fi clothes so complex to it's like, wow, no one can dress up as me. I'd want maybe like red wig, maybe some eyeshadow for some dark circles underneath the eyes and like a hoodie versus this giant impossible task. What's McCall's it's hmm, give me a second to boop. Go here. Mm, I need to adjust something. I'm back. All right. I was just adjusting junk real quick. Where? Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, where's the paint? I'm like, this is a paint layer. This is a paint layer. I think I may call it short for just reasons. Don't you just love reasons? Put that there. Whoops. Mm-hmm. I like the vibe of that. I don't know why. I really like that white line right there. Uh, there, there. Save that. Close that. And I don't know why I opened up this one. This one just felt nice to open. I want to look at my tree again. Yeah, I forgot I put eyeballs in it. I wanted to work on this one more. One isn't very good, is it? Yeah, I don't think it's very good either. The sky's nice up here. This down here, not so much. That was more of an experiment, though. I'm still learning the program. And just like other color theories. But I think for right now, that's it for our little doodle stream. I think I'm just gonna like zoom in. Yeah, there we go. Eyeball. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there. So I will say, if you enjoyed, like and subscribe. I'm sorry for the short stream. And I hope you enjoyed. I'll be back later today probably, because this one's short. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And Discord in the description down below to let you know when stream starts. And just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you.